Ellsbury from Acrylic Art Paintings. Welcome to my channel. So today I'm working with primary latex paint and glue directly into the paint. 1 part paint, 1 part glue. And now I'm going to incorporate the paint. And now my paints are ready. And I'm going to be using a teaspoon of water on each, since the latex is already very liquid. So just to show, this is kind of like the viscosity, as you can see, is very, very thick. So if you don't like it, then you can add a little bit more water. Now I'm going to use my white in the canvas, put these colors out, and I'm going to be using this new silicone. So we'll see what happens. So like I've always said, I'm going to use 3 to 4 drops of this silicone, thread knit silicone, per color. But anyway, like I always say, you know, anything we do with fluid art, it gives us a different outcome. So the other day I did an experiment with the same paints, but changing the amount of water. And now we are using latex paints on a thick formula and a new silicone. So again, I'm trying the thick formula, and now the variant is just a new silicone. The other day I did one with 3-in-1 lubricant. So now I'm going to put the white in my canvas. Now to create my pour, my dirty pour, I start with white, then blue. The white and the black do not have silicone in them. A little bit of black. Red. The order in which we put in the colors is also very important. Otherwise, we're going to end up with all kinds of grays and browns in there that I don't like. So I'm just trying to mix some of these colors here to minimize that problem. Also, in a thick formula, the colors are less likely to mix, but nevertheless, I like to play safe. What a concept. I think we're finishing up in here with our colors, and we'll be ready to start our dirty pour. There we go. And this is the part where okay, so where do we start? Do we start outside? Let's do a spiral dirty pour. 1, 2, 3, go. And there is no way back from here. Okay. Right off the bat, I'm not seeing any cells. So this is not a good sign if I wanted cells. So the formula, this is what I was trying to show you the other day in my previous video. But since I use 3-in-1 silicone oil and acrylic paints, I got cells even if I did not want them. Now I'm using latex paints and another type of silicone, and I don't get any cells. So welcome to fluid art. That's what I'm saying. Anything we do affects the end result. So I'm applying a little bit of heating here, but I still don't see much activity there. So I'm just bursting some air bubbles here really quick. I don't like to leave the torch for too long in any one spot because I don't like to scorch my paint. So see, there's some in there. This one's driving me nuts. There is a tiny little bubble in there. So now I'm going to kind of push the paint from the middle of the canvas. And I'm going to start carefully tilting. And this is another thing that we are not patient enough, but is so very important. Oh, look at those tiny little bubbles bursting in there. Anyway, so, oh, I like that little eye in there. Cool. Anyway, but this is one of the reasons why I do videos, guys, is because I want to show you the things that we go through, and so that you don't get frustrated when this happen to you. And say, what am I doing wrong? No, sometimes you're not doing things wrong. It's like I said, anything that we use can affect the outcome. So if you're using latex paints and your formula is too thick, then you might not get sales, just like I'm not getting here. Doesn't mean your pour doesn't work. I mean, it's just, we just need to work with what the art gives us. Just go with the flow. Oh, another thing too is that when we work with fluid art and latex, especially glue and latex paints, your paint is going to kind of like, I don't want to say crack, but you see the corner in there, it's already in the red. It's already showing some fading. So what I did here is I just expanded that white line that the pour gave me, and I'm going to just kind of swipe it across to create some sort of like a foam, like a wave type of effect, because I have my blue on top. I do not like that bottom red part. I think there is too much red, so I'm going to work with it. I'm going to work on it. So there's kind of like the wave formation. Now I'm just going to extend that white, because when it dries, if I leave it the way it is, it's barely gonna show. So, and then later on, I'm going to do some sort of like a wave effect. There it is. I just swiped it in there, and now it looks like waves. Now, I scrape all of my red in there, and now I'm gonna use control pouring or control fluid art using my blue painting here. And what I'm going to try to do is kind of match and harmonize my paint with the blue on top. And now I'm going to just spread this paint, this blue paint, to give it more like a ocean illusion, an ocean look. There we go. I like it so much better. So much better. I think it creates a lot more harmony than that red that I had in there before. Now I'm going to use some white across to then create some waves. So if this video has helped you in any way, shape, or form, give me some love and hit that like button, and then kind of share if you notice, if you see anyone complaining that they don't get sales, or if they can do fluid art with latex paints, you know, just share this video so that they know what to expect. So I'm just gonna continue creating the wave flow in here. And if you haven't yet, if you're new to my channel, if this is your first time, welcome. If you haven't subscribed yet, it's easy. I will invite you to do so by clicking the subscribe button and pushing that notification bell. Now I have this mess here that I'm going to transfer to, or to put in my canvas. See, look at those cells. See, when I want cells, I don't get. When I don't want them, there they show. So I don't want to make the video too long because I only have 20 minutes before I run out of memory in my iPad. Oh, well, my iPad runs out of memory after 20 minutes. So I am going to do this off camera and then I will be right back to do the swipe. All right, now I have this mess here and I'm going to just use the leftover of my white paint to put around wherever I can to fill out those holes. Make sure that my swipe is going to be thorough, maybe on the side of the canvas in there. And see, let's see what the art gives us. All right. Now I'd like to do my swipes with a towel anymore, with a wet towel, just because I think it's very convenient. Just want to make sure that all the towel is completely wet and absorb the paint. There we go. Oh, come on. Okay, there we go. And I don't like it. So I'm gonna use some the torch in here to burst some of those bubbles and see if it gets any better. But I don't like any, I'm gonna put some red in here first. I don't like those green, that gray brownish area on the side, and I don't like the definition. I like more cells in my swipes than what I'm getting here. So this is all kind of behind the scenes, you know, things that we normally don't show when we do a pour. But then again, it's a way to use that paint and create something new with leftovers. But then again, you know, some people, you know, have different ways to deal with these kind of things. Remember that paint that I collected when I was tilting? Well, that's the black that you see in there. And what I did was that I mixed some of this burgundy, also latex. It has paint and glue. Yeah, that's the word. Paint and glue, and I think I put a few drops of silicone in there. Now I'm going to use that to swipe. And that's going to create a darker color background. See, that's much better. I like this a whole lot better than the previous one. So I'm going to pass the torch here and start working on it. And I'll show you as usual. I will show you at the end. Some people at this stage will probably do a balloon press technique while the paint is fresh, but I'm gonna let it dry and I'm gonna use that technique on a dry paint because it creates a different effect than if it was done now while the paint is wet. Now here's the dry paint. Like I said, those effects, see how it cracks in here? It crackles. That's the effect. And on the right side too, the blue one, that's the effect that I use this to varnish, but the Match Pad can work too. But I was saying the crackle is the effect that the glue creates. So just do some retouches and you'll be fine. And then this one is the other one. This is the swipe. I'm going to put some flowers in here with the balloon technique and it will be awesome. So thank you for joining me today. If you decide to try this technique, come and share it with us in our group on Facebook. Till then, keep painting.